Welcome back to the Classically Urban Podcast. It's your boy, Baby Ice Cube. And I have the other three dipshits with me today.
Hi, my name's George.
I'm your mama's favorite side hoe, the legacy. Caesar.
Caesar?
Okay.
Seize
Stop.
up.
You're going to... No, stop.
What?
We do not promote gang violence or gang affiliation or gang activities.
Rip. I see, cuz.
I see, cuz. You know why my name Cody?
Cause he's cuz.
Cause he's cuz.
Because your dad...
'Cause Crippin', cuz.
Your dad...
My daddy knew he was gonna raise himself a Crip gang bang.
No. Not at all. Not at all.
I was just imagining Leroy's in there. He gonna be a crib one day.
Yeah, it was named after a NASCAR driver.
So, how's your guys' week going? Everything Gucci?
Yeah, pretty good.
It's good.
It's pretty hard. Oh, my coworker, you were here for the story, disappeared after lunch. Never came back from lunch, and everyone was like, all the supervisors and managers were like, where did he go? And I was like, don't know. My supervisor's like, well, damn, I sent him to lunch, and I haven't seen him since. And my general manager was like, well, it was good while it lasted. And I was like, I wouldn't jump to conclusions yet. And they're like, why? And I was like, he doesn't strike me as the kind of person to do something like that. Because he wouldn't. He's a really hard worker. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep names out of this, obviously, you know. But come to find it, stop. I see.
Let me see. Let me see.
New logo
Oh God.
on the way.
Dang it, Phil.
Oh yeah, we
Um,
coming at you with some great artwork here, people.
But
Shout out to Katie.
you know, I kept telling him I was like, he wouldn't do that. He
Fine arts by
it just
Katie.
would not be, you know, that person to do that.
Yeah.
And get a call. They get a call from his wife a little bit later, and she's frantic. He was in a car accident, and he was in the hospital. And they don't know. She didn't know if he was okay because the hospital just called and says, "Hey, we have him." They didn't have any other information for her, so we don't know if he's okay.
You still don't?
No.
Oh wow, that's kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah. So I was a little worried. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I enjoy working with him. He's one of the few people there that actually works, makes my job easier, because you know, your boy does fucking everything there.
Those are those moments that make you realize how quick life is. Like,
That's crazy, right?
Bro.
Just went to go get some food for lunch. Did not come back. Got in a car wreck.
Damn
Crazy.
it's scary. Life sucks sometimes. It's scary. Life is not fun.
Oh yeah,
or
mine
for the
got a
weak
bit
hearted.
better. So got to an altercation with my foreman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did you tell Brandon about it yet?
No, I haven't told Brandon about
Oh
it.
shit.
So-
so many stories.
Those of you who don't know, I have a foreman who's been giving me hell for the past 2 to 3 months. Came to a head on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were cutting drywall above a ceiling,
As you do.
as we do, because we're electricians, to
Yes.
fish wire to an outlet we were cutting in.
Yes.
It's dark above the ceiling, so I have to get my headlamp on.
Yes.
Yeah, I keep my headlamp on my wrist.
Yes.
My boss didn't like the speed at which I was getting my headlamp off, so he started yelling. I yelled back. I just said, "Hey, calm down. I'm just getting my headlamp on." Gets in my face.
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You don't give a fuck about this story, do you?
No, I do. I'm genuinely listening to you. I promise.
Gets in my face.
Yeah.
Says, "Dude, you can either get on the ladder or you can go home."
No.
Fuck you.
I'm listening here.
Uh, uh,
Good. Yes.
God damn it. Anyway, so I get on the ladder anyway. I was like, "Fuck it, I don't care. I'm over it."
Be the bigger man.
As I'm getting on the ladder, he's like, "Oh, yeah, by the way, don't ever get in my fucking face again."
Oh.
He says, "You're going home.
Oh.
Going home."
No, he didn't.
Hate you.
Why?
I don't know. Okay,
I
go
know.
on. I'll stop. Sorry.
It's funny. As I'm getting my shit together, he gets in my face again. We're talking like nose to nose, maybe. And we both have big ass noses, so like an inch apart. Yeah.
That was a good joke. That was good.
Screams "fuck you" in my face so
Oh.
loud and hard that I feel like his breath on me.
Oh, he's been your fan.
We need video to see this.
Go on. Yes, go.
And fucking yeah. So I'm walking out the building. The entire time he's behind me. He's like, "I'm gonna get you fired. I'm gonna get you kicked out of the fucking apprenticeship." I get in my car, start my car, get this text. It says,
Oh, he pulled
1
out the
second.
phone. He pulled out the
un momento, por favor.
Holy right.
Get back in here and start cutting the drywall above the ceiling. I leave.
Yes. Didn't go back, did you? Did
No,
you go,
I
did you
didn't
to
go
work
back.
Friday?
I went to the director of my apprenticeship,
Mm.
and you don't give a fuck, do you?
No, I'm seriously listening to you. I want to know where this goes because I care about you, I promise. Did you get him fired?
That's still up for debate.
Oh.
And yeah, he calls me up, asks me to come back. He's starting to regret this now.
Hmm.
I yell at him for 5 minutes on the phone. Stop answering his calls. I get these 3 texts. You're screwing me over. Before I call West, our supervisor, I need to know what you want to do. If you want to come back to work, and we'll talk it out before you take it too far.
Mhm.
And that's the end of the story.
Before he takes it too far.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
George.
Yeah.
Yeah. After getting in my
George
fucking
is
face.
wrong.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh,
right?
yeah. This is the one time George blew up, and it's deserved.
No,
He
no,
didn't
I
actually
I
blow
didn't-
up. That
I
was the
didn't
part
actually
that
blow
I'm
up.
like baffled about.
Yeah.
All the little shit he yells at us about. This
Oh, yeah.
man was in his face, and he was just like, "Oh, okay."
No.
Why can't you do that with me, dog? Shit.
Because you're you.
Because there's no repercussions.
Ooh,
one of
you're
many.
right,
Also,
you're
like-
right.
So here's the thing
You're
about
not
him.
gonna fire him from friendship,
Yeah.
I could.
but
I'm
you're
not.
not.
It's possible. No. Here's the thing. Both times of getting in my face didn't really work out for him because the first time I actually kind of made fun of him because he's not a big guy. He's my height and his biceps the size of my forearm. So while he's in my face, I'm
To
like,
be
"Are
fair,
you?"
you have big forearms.
Yeah, but he's also a very small
To be
man.
fair, you're just big.
Yeah, no, but he's also a very small man. And I said to him, "Are you really trying to physically intimidate me?" And then the second time after he screamed "fuck you" in my face, he kind of backs off and he, like, in a really shaky voice goes, "Motherfucker, shh, fuck you, motherfucker."
Yeah. Like I told George, I am proud of him because me would not have.
Bruh.
No.
Oh my god.
I squared up on my boss at the job I'm at now for following me.
Yeah.
You never heard that?
Yeah, you did tell us that. Never mind.
Yeah.
You talked about that on the podcast.
Did I?
Yeah.
Squared up on his little bitch ass.
It's a funny story. Because you can picture Cody doing his little bounce walk. and
See,
everything.
I can't do that because my boss is a woman, so when I get mad at her, I just have to walk away.
Look, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. If a woman wants to get violent, you can get these hands.
No.
You can catch this fade.
I mean, she doesn't.
I'm not gonna beat her ass like
Nah.
I beat a man, but you could definitely catch the punch.
gonna.
I'm
You
just
don't-
saying, if she's
You don't have to beat their ass to keep beating man. This is getting into dark territory very fast.
no, it's not.
when you
Look,
hit a woman,
I'm never gonna.
No, you
I
don't.
don't-
You don't hit a unarmed woman.
No,
yeah, you do.
no, I don't care.
No.
No.
If
No.
she's coming at me with fists and she's punching me in the face, she can catch a quick one.
No.
One, and if that didn't deter you, then I have to put you down.
The only problem with that is society doesn't think the same thing. So I'm going to keep saying you cannot attack. You cannot hit an unarmed woman.
But I'm not. I don't care. You're
Well,
not unarmed if you're coming at me with fists. Damn it.
Then you have 2 arms that you're using to hit people.
Facts.
Now, if a woman comes up with you some type of object, I'm
You
putting
mean
her
to
ass
tell me?
down.
You
but-
mean to tell me if a woman's coming at you and she's punching you, like decking you, teeing off on your face, you're not finna give her a quick one?
Bro, come on. You know how I'm agile. Nobody gonna just start. No woman's gonna start teeing off in my face. I'm like a snake. in
You're
the
not
face.
agile.
No.
No. Be real.
He's
I
pretty
just-
high.
If
I
she's teeing off on your face, what are you gonna do?
Just wrap her ass up.
I'm a big fan of the snatch and throw.
See, as me and George learned, wrapping them up doesn't work. We learned one fateful night at a Carmel football game.
Oh no! Oh no!
Was
it does
that
not.
the night that
Zay started
Nope.
shit?
Why you gotta put names?
I was
Because
gonna
he
say-
did, and it's
I
a
was gonna
fucking
s-
hilarious
I was
story.
gonna say, oh boy's cousin
Yes.
teed off on that one chick.
Yeah.
I was,
You know how it
I was
started?
there.
You know how it started? He was holding on to her. He was because she started trying to scratch his face,
Mhm.
and he grabbed onto her. And when she started yanking his dreads out
I mean, yeah.
and
I don't have.
scratching
I
his
don't,
face,
I don't
he-
have dreads.
that's
though.
when he let go and was like, "Okay, you wanted to go here." Whap!
Bro, he
And then the other hippopotamus comes running. Whap, whap, whap.
bro, he hit both
Flaming
of them.
hot Cheetos
He didn't
go
just-
flying.
Dude, that was the.
That's the best part of that story.
Cheetos flew out
She
this bitch's
threw
her
her
purse and hot Cheetos. I was like, could you get any more ratchet?
Yeah, like
Like,
that's the best part.
This is the shit that rappers joke about, but this was real.
Oh, it was so real. But he gave her and her sister not just a 2-piece in the biscuit, a fucking 18-piece with a biscuit.
Bro, but he only hit them like together probably 4 times.
Yeah.
And they were both like, oh.
It was so
Oh.
funny, bro.
The whole reason that I was able to grab him and get out of there is because they stopped and had to ponder, is this worth it right now? Because they were both.
I thought she slammed his head into the table.
Nah,
Or
he was
did-
sitting on the table, and she had come up to him talking shit, and then I thought they were hugging it out.
Oh yeah, that's
because-
right.
because
That's
That's
'Cause
something
it,
that he would do just for jokes and shits and giggles.
because it looked like they were low key, just like
But no,
whatever.
he was grabbing her because I'm assuming she like tried to swing.
That's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu thing. You get the hooks in,
Well,
can't get the
he's-
momentum.
He's a good fighter, as we saw.
Yeah.
First of all,
Just-
the only reason that situation won't happen to me is you ain't gonna see me messing
Right.
with a big old black chick. That is
Well,
just something you
to be
don't
fair,
do. Like at all.
Neither was the
That's-
man in
Neither
this story.
was he technically.
But I mean, he was just jonesing on her sister essentially. She took it hella personally, and she just lost it because she's crazy and
ratchet bitches be sensitive.
Should we tell
I
the
don't-
whole story about how that happened? Because it's a funny story.
Well, one very undesirable woman was walking by.
That's a
And,
super nice way to put it.
Oh, God, super undesirable.
Yes.
Loud, obnoxious, stinks,
Ratchet.
fat. Her older sister is just a larger version of her.
With a better wig.
If that. They both looked horrible.
Facts.
Neither of their wigs were believable.
Facts.
But she come walking by, and I think our buddy
Zay
said,
said that.
"Why?
All right, fine then.
It's too late now."
All right. Sure. All right. So, this person said, "I'd said it once before.
Oh my God.
Cody, you have to understand. He's not in this
Doesn't give a
this
fuck.
ghetto world a lot. Right.
You
Does
gotta,
not
you
give a
gotta keep
fuck.
Confidentiality.
I can't
Thank you.
make fun of your stutter. I don't know why. I'm
Fuck
doing
you.
that. Yeah. I have a worse one.
You know what that's called, George? It's called snitching. Don't do that.
Thanks.
You should.
Anyway.
Said something about her weave stank or something.
Yeah. No. He said this bitch is as bad as real as her weave.
Oh.
No, she's as fake as her weave.
Huh.
And then I almost got roped into it because she thought I fucking said
we were all
it.
lined up on the fence, and she went down the line. Did you say it? No. Did you say it? No. Did you say it? She got to George, and George was like, "Why? Me? I'm just standing here."
I think I was walking away.
Yeah. and he's like, "Where are you going? You say it." George was like, "No." Like, what? And she got to.
Yeah, Cody.
But yeah, they got planted in the fucking ground.
Bro, when she fell and she rolled, oh my god. I never laughed so hard in my life.
I couldn't believe, like, because her older sister come running,
Bro, like
and he just, bink, like, just stopped her fat ass dead in her tracks, just with one single punch. As she was still wobbling, he was like, "I get another one." Bink.
you know how like
fat ass fell
in the
over.
movie Hancock where that train's just coming and Hancock just stands there and just like
Bro,
bitches the whole train?
Exactly.
That's exactly what happened.
Exactly like that.
It
Just
was so
stopped her ass.
funny. And then the Cheetos came flying out. Hair was on the ground. I was dying.
And I was like, we should probably go. We
Yeah.
are in Carmel.
Cody got his boy cut out.
Yeah, I was like, this. Mind you, that was the first time I ever met him.
Oh, was it?
I was just cool with now we own Zay. Yeah, I was just cool with Zay.
Zay.
Yeah.
Zay.
And met him through him, and I was like, well, we're in Carmel. Black people are fighting at one of the larger gatherings of white people in Carmel. Probably the largest gathering of white people in Carmel, other than Carmel Fest. And I was like, we need to go. And he was like, you're right. So we ran. We hid in the bathroom. And come to find out, she ripped one of his earrings out. He was bleeding out of his ear and stuff. And then someone was with us, but they opened the door to check to see if there was anyone out there, and the cops were outside waiting on us.
Dang.
And they pulled us where you sell the tickets, the little booths. They pulled us in there because they were closed now.
Yeah.
And they pulled us in there, and they asked us what happened. We told them the truth. Like, look, like, did not start it, but we finished it. And you know what the cop said? Good job. And we were like, mind you, we're all sitting there, and we're like, oh shit, like, Carmel cops, black kids, not good.
dirty white
Black
kid,
kids hitting
you know.
a girl, like, it doesn't sound
Well,
like.
it's black on black crime, so they really don't.
Yeah, but it was still a girl.
I know.
You know? And so we're sitting there like, I'm stressed because, like, well, I've now involved myself. And the cop was like, no, I would have did the same thing. He's like, if they want to heck like that, they can get treated like that. And I was like, he's like, hell. He's like, even if it was my daughter, I'd still be shaking your hand. And I was like, oh. I wish I would have remembered this cop's name because
That's a real one right there.
yeah,
bro.
I was like, wow. He was like, that's why. He's like, that's why I raised my daughters right, so they wouldn't be in this situation. And I was like, I like you. And then he let us go. He was like, look, you can't stay here just because what happened. He's like, but you can come back whenever the next game is, but you guys just have to leave now. And we were like, oh, that's it. And he was like, yeah, you guys can leave. And we were like, okay. So we left.
Yep.
Simple as that. I was surprised.
That is surprising.
They
I didn't know what
ban
happened.
us for the rest of the year. It was just, hey, you just can't really stay now.
I didn't know what had happened after y'all had cut out because I was just standing there watching them pick their stuff up, and it was.
You. Like, my Cheetos, damn it.
Oh my god,
I wasted my Cheetos on him.
bro! I'm telling you, like, the moment you see hot Cheetos fly out of a black chick's person in the middle of a fight, you've seen the best thing you've seen in your life.
It was 2 bags, mind you.
Oh,
Two
yeah,
bags?
Two bags.
It was a lot.
2 bags of Cheetos.
It was hilarious.
It was I was like, why do you have to progress the stereotype? Why? Like, what? It doesn't have to be like this. Your weave looks fake and it stinks.
Oh god.
You're really loud and obnoxious, and you carry hot Cheetos in your purse. Why are you doing this to the culture? Why? Why?
Oh god. How do we even get to that story?
Talking about people blowing up on people,
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
squaring up on my
We
man.
started with George, and okay.
Yeah, no. So yeah, fuck that guy. He ain't shit. I hope he gets fired.
You gonna name drop him?
No.
Why?
I should. I should though.
You gonna name drop my homie Zay?
They didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but you still involved him in the conversation.
Yeah, but this.
Now people got to lead, bro.
Yeah, it's not that hard to connect him to the other person,
Okay. Also, who did nothing wrong?
according to the cops now. So I guess
No.
That's fair.
which I'm still baffled. Caramel cop.
That was so long ago, bro.
I know.
That was crazy.
Fuck, that would have been.
We were sophomores or juniors.
I don't think we were. Oh,
Would have been sophomores.
Yeah, it would have to be a sophomore year.
Was it?
Yeah, because that's the last time we ever really went to a Carmel game was our sophomore year.
Were we sophomores or freshmen? No, I
We
think
weren't
we would have been
freshmen.
sophomores because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure dude who was involved drove,
Yeah.
and he's older than us.
Oh, she really has this chocolate cake.
It's really good.
Oh god.
Damn, sophomores. So that would have been 2012.
Mm.
Fuck, 6 years ago.
yeah.
We are old.
Holy shit!
We old, baby.
That happened 6 years ago. Wow, I'd have
Yeah.
been 15. I was young.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, really, I would have been 14 because it was the school year. I'd
Yeah.
have never caught up to the age until the end of the school year.
Yeah.
So I'd have been 14.
You've been Abby's age.
Wow. Think about that. Put Abby in that situation.
In which part?
Abby's got home training.
I'm-
Okay, like, come on now.
Makes it sound like
First
a
of all,
dog.
if she's gonna
She's
have
house trained.
if she's gonna have hot Cheetos, she's gonna carry them out in the world because she knows who she understands. If I got food, I'm gonna eat it. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna store it and hibernate with it. No. She's just gonna eat it.
That's crazy. I was Abby's age when that happened. That's crazy. Wow.
Shit happens.
That's crazy. So, sports news.
Yeah, it's the
Cavs are just not looking good.
bro. Listen, I think this
I
is
think
probably.
they need to boost the definition on the streaming. If they want to look better.
Shut up.
Plus, those uniforms
Okay,
are
I'm
atrocious.
okay, that was.
Shut up.
Damn it. I'll give you that punch.
Shut up.
Thank
It
you.
was horrible, but I'll give it to you.
This
Fuck
is
you.
probably the worst team LeBron has had.
Wait, you know what I just thought about? I actually don't know who's on the Cavs roster right now.
Yeah, I am in the middle of a podcast. Okay, don't do this to me right now, because I will eat it. Stop it.
Can you cut that into another slice? So I can
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat that whole big ass thing. Anyway, yeah. So he's got the young people. He's got some random white, pickup they just signed for a small little contract. They got Jordan Clarkson from the Lakers, Larry Nance from the Lakers, and they got Rodney Hood.
So a couple of players from a team that's been failing for the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's those teams' best players though. If that
and
makes
they They've
That's
lost the playoffs how many years in a row
Okay,
now?
just they never
First
made,
round?
They haven't made it to the playoffs.
years.
But that's neither here nor there, Cody. Okay, let's focus. But Rodney Hood came from the Utah Jazz, who are in the playoffs now.
Yeah, but now.
I know it's whatever. George,
What's up?
why are you trying to make the dogs bark? While
I'm
we're-
just petting him.
by
Focus.
grabbing his tail.
Focus.
Sorry.
Anyway, and then he's got the rest of them are just old. Like they're just old players. Like they
Kyrie plays for who again
just,
now?
Boston, my squad
With
Gordon Hayward, who's hurt, and Al Horford, and they've got two young dudes named Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who are fire.
I've heard Jaylen Brown's name a few times. They're a new little prospect.
Bro, it's unreal how they draft.
Where did Butler? He's at Minnesota now, right?
Yep.
Are they? They're not.
They're
Really?
in the playoffs, yeah. They're playing.
Is
OKC.
Homeboy still playing for Minnesota?
Who?
Nowitzki? No, he played.
He plays for Dallas.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, you good? You good? G.
Bro, I don't follow. I only follow
I know.
a few teams,
I know, but the Cavs
and
are.
I stopped following one of my teams because I still don't like talking about it.
CP3 done left you,
Shut
and
up.
he's the number one in the playoffs
And
right
guess
now.
what?
He's about to get his first
I'm
title.
still proud of him
Oh yeah.
because he deserves a damn ring.
Yeah.
If nothing else, if the Pacers don't win,
Which
I
they're
would-
not
I would
going-
like-
They're not going to.
I would
but
like CP3 to get his damn ring.
He's probably not going to either,
Why?
because they just don't match up well with they don't match up well with the.
So who do you see going?
Oh, Golden State still. Golden State has too much firepower. Once they all get healthy, it's just impossible to stop them. There's nothing you can do because you can't. You have to essentially double team Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. You can't do that when they're both on the floor at the same time. And if you double team
Yeah,
them,
but I feel like CP3 is a good matchup for Steph.
you know how many times Steph has broke CP3's ankles in the past 3 years?
Hey man, but you gotta live and learn, bro.
Steph has been
CP3
torching CP3 for ever since Steph got popped off.
I still think it's a good matchup.
It's not. I mean, the
Because-
only benefit they have is James Harden, which he's going to be locked up by Klay Thompson, who's
Yeah,
one of the
James
league's
Harden's
best defenders.
defense is non-existent.
Yeah, so the Warriors still got that edge.
Who are they playing right now?
The Warriors are playing the Spurs right now.
Oh, did you? What's it? Kawhi wants to go to Lakers next year.
Yeah, because
You
he's
see that?
yeah, him and the Spurs have had a falling out this entire year.
Well, I mean, when you were their star player, when your star team is starting to fall around and you're not.
Well, no, they just won't let him play.
I'm saying when you're not giving your top player his time or money.
No,
assuming.
all their money's guaranteed.
I'm saying, but he could definitely get more money from the Lakers.
I know, but I'm saying like
bigger
his
organization.
contract is guaranted,
Yeah,
locked in. So
but I'm
he's gonna
saying,
get money
like,
either way.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
he
he'll
knows
get more.
his worth.
He'll get more money once
Right.
he. Well, he might not because he hasn't played this entire year.
The Lakers are still going to throw cash out.
I mean, they're going to throw cash in, but
it's
it's
a balling
probably
ass team. Like,
you know.
well, organization, not team.
What's up with LeVar Ball nowadays?
He doesn't talk a lot anymore now that his son's not really doing anything because the Lakers didn't make it to the playoffs.
Wonder why.
'Cause they
I
suck.
really don't know why he wanted to go to the Lakers so bad. I get it.
It's his hometown.
I
man.
get it.
Kobe wanted to go to the Lakers, and Kobe was ass his first year.
But he was still banging on people. No, I don't. Stop that. He was still banging on motherfuckers, bro. His first 3 years were the most exhilarating years.
I got a quick question.
Just dunking on anyone.
What the fuck was LeVar Ball famous for? Why was he even
He was
relevant?
he was a basketball player.
But he wasn't a very good one.
He's only relevant because of his son now.
He doesn't even have a ring, does he?
He might. I don't remember.
Phil, fact check. LeVar Ball, does he have a ring?
Mr. Quiet Phil over here.
Right. He's still here, by the way.
Yeah. But you want? So who do you want to come out the East beside? You want the
Out of
Pacers?
the East?
Yeah. You
I mean,
obviously. want
obviously Pacers.
Yeah.
Because,
the-
hometown.
Yeah, for you.
The Heat.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not going to. But
Bro,
really?
D-Wade's. I've been watching his.
Bro, he's balling right now.
Bro, he's putting it up.
He just can't compete with the Sixers.
I just think D-Wade is such an underrated player. Everyone always talks about, LeBron and Steph. But they be forgetting about. Bro,
Because
D-Wade
because he's old now. And he's getting.
he's
he's,
old, but
Bro,
he's still balling like he's young, bro.
Bro, who you telling?
He's still getting it. His team is just shit, and he really should have left a while. He should have left when LeBron left.
How long do players usually last in the
Nah, you know what?
NBA?
He should have left before LeBron.
No, because. Sorry, what'd you question?
How long do players usually last in the NBA?
It varies depending, but normally it's probably 7,
The
8
bigger
years.
you are, the shorter your career.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because a lot of those guys are insanely, what's it called?
young.
Tall.
That's why I'm surprised Dirk Nowitzki is still in the fucking
Yeah,
league.
Dirk's been in since '97.
And he is a large man.
Not to mention that's high impact on your knees and joints
Yeah,
and all
Dirk,
that.
Dirk,
Again.
the way Dirk plays the game, it's not. But yeah,
He doesn't do a lot of jumping.
but LeBron's been in the league for 15 years, so is D
And he's a
Wade.
large person.
But D Wade is. If you gave me a team, if you
But
gave
see, the difference is LeBron is athletic. A lot of big men aren't necessarily athletic. Like,
yeah,
they're
but LeBron also takes care of himself better
Again,
than any player in the
yeah,
NBA.
but he's also really athletic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's huge, but he's still very nimble. A lot of your big men, like your centers and your power forwards, usually won't last too long because
That's why he's dominant. That's why the unicorn.
that's
has
why
become such a
fucking
big
Blake Griffin career has taken a huge decline
thing. Yeah,
because you just don't last that long when you're that big. That's why you gotta show up and show out as soon as you can, and then get out.
but that's why you see players like the Greek Freak,
Mm.
Giannis. You see more players like that because big men are learning, like, hey, I got to be able to be quick. I can't just be some big burly
I
ass
still
dude.
don't see him lasting very long.
What?
He's big, bro.
He's Greek. Eventually, he'll get lazy.
Like, really? There's nothing up there. It's fine. There's nothing on the counter. Oh my god.
I just don't see him lasting very long.
I hope he lasts a
He's
really
nimble.
long time.
But I just don't. He's not.
Have you ever
very,
watched him
he's not
play,
very
though?
athletic though.
What?
I mean, like longevity wise,
Cody, he jumped over a whole 6'5" man in the middle of a game.
he's showing up and showing out, but he's big. I don't know.
He's just
man.
tall.
I just don't see it. I
Uh.
bet you. Not next season, but the season after that, he's gonna get a really bad injury.
I don't
Well, how
think he
old
will.
is he?
He's
still pretty young.
Yeah, he's like 20
He's
something.
relatively new.
He's closer to our age.
When
than-
big dudes play like that, though, like they get injured.
But I mean, look at LeBron's.
He's a freak of nature.
So have you not?
So
This
is
man's
Giannis
this
from
man's
Giannis.
name is the Greek Freak.
I get it, but I don't know.
Like
I would
LeBron is basically giving the blueprint to every player for the rest of time.
I'll definitely give him that. He has taught big men to play way differently. That's why Paul George plays the way he does.
That Paul George is nothing. Paul George is damn near 6'10".
He's 23. He's a year older than us.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got time.
I'll give him time then.
He's got time.
I don't know, man. I foresee an injury.
I mean, he might, but like, I don't think it's gonna be like in the career ending, like, because there's not really a lot of career-ending injuries anymore.
Hmm.
I mean, the one reason Kobe's career ended is because Kobe's just fucking old.
He's old.
Yeah, and he just
The end of
couldn't.
his time.
He just couldn't like enjoy the process
And he
anymore.
couldn't keep up anymore.
No, it wasn't that because he just didn't.
His body couldn't keep up
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, his body was just tired of those long hours in the gym and working and all that stuff.
He deserved it. He deserved. I think personally, he probably should have retired a little bit earlier, but
Bro, that's still his last game is still one of the greatest basketball games
it
that I've
it
ever
was a
seen in my life.
spectacle. How many points did he put up again?
60.
Yeah.
Like I got goosebumps.
Now, do you think
watching
that
shit.
the other team knew, like, okay,
No,
let Kobe go out with a bang? You
No.
don't think so?
No.
Who do you play again?
Utah. No, because Utah was fighting for. They had that game was important to them for their playoffs, so they had something.
Oh, they were
to-
fighting for their spot.
They had something to lose in that game. And Kobe comes out and is like, "Nah, Black Mamba still got something in the tank. I'm about to go out and destroy these
Shut
motherfuckers."
you out, and I'm
And he
gonna go
scored
home.
60.
6-0.
That's like that has never happened in the history of the NBA. Someone scoring 60 in the last game they ever play.
What do you think? What do you think LeBron's? What do you think he has to do right
LeBron, in order to make it out the first round,
now?
there's not a lot I think he can do.
You think
'Cause-
he's doing everything he can?
Yeah, because I mean he's still putting up LeBron
He's
like
still
numbers.
putting up numbers, yeah.
It's just his team is they're either super old or too young to understand. Like all of his young players have never been to the playoffs.
Okay.
So they don't understand the group. They can't like they're learning how to operate in the playoffs. Granted, they got the best player in the entire world backing them up and saying, "I got you," but the playoffs is a whole other animal.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Because it takes LeBron to his limits.
This is where
This is
where
where
boys become men,
it's where the greats are defined.
Yeah,
Like that's the
absolutely.
whole playoffs.
and that's
Now-
why LeBron is not better than Kobe or Jordan.
Oh my god, shut up. But
Fight me right now.
Bro.
Say LeBron's better than Kobe.
Fight him. Hit him with the mic stand.
LeBron's way better than Kobe. Are you crazy?
Cody, your thoughts?
By your logic, that means Kobe's better than Michael and LeBron.
I'm about to dive over this table
Oh my god.
He's
and
threatening
choke you to the point of almost passing out, letting go, letting you pretend that you're gonna survive this, and then choking you again. And then I'm gonna defib your ass so you can wake up, so I can do it again.
How
Cody.
that works.
No,
Cody.
no.
How that works.
Okay, let me. Why do you think Kobe is better than LeBron? Don't give me
Just
some
look
bullshit
at the
because
stats,
he's
bro.
You want to look at the stats?
Just look
Who
at
scored the
the
most points in the
stats.
playoffs?
I don't give. Okay, but how many rings does he have?
He has,
How many
3.
appearances does he have versus wins? He may put up more points,
bro.
but that doesn't mean anything.
Do you understand that the whole how many rings you have argument is null and void because Bill Russell still has 10?
He was a coach.
He was a player and a coach when he won all 10 of them.
Doesn't count.
How does that not count?
He was a coach.
He won 10 rings.
He was a coach.
Jordan's not the best. Bill Russell is. Go ahead.
Anyway, I see what
Because-
you're getting at.
Go ahead. No,
Like-
no. Make that ring argument again because Bill Russell has 10 of them.
Fuck Bill Russell.
He's got one for each finger.
I don't give a shit. Fuck Bill
Okay?
Russell.
And
Side note,
no,
that's
no,
the most
shut up.
ballin' shit
Shut
ever.
up. And he did it in a time when people in Boston literally hated black people. Like they still do now, but this was like Muhammad Ali times, like civil
Anyway.
rights times.
Anyway.
And you want to tell me
Anyway.
Michael Jordan's fuck you? No, 10
Anyway.
rings.
I don't give a
Anybody gets
shit.
past 10 rings, he's the best.
How
At.
many of those rings you got as a coach?
I think 1 or 2.
No.
I think it was 1.
Look
or
it
2.
up right now.
I can look it up. I mean, either way, he still got fucking 10 because he was a
It
player
doesn't
coach.
count as a coach.
He was a player.
His rings as a coach
coach.
don't count.
He was a player coach.
His rings don't count as a coach.
Do you know what the term?
His rings don't count as a coach.
Do you know what
His
the
rings
term,
don't count as a coach.
do you know what the term player coach means?
His rings don't count as a coach. Fuck you. Eat my ass.
Eat his
Now.
ass, Brandon. Get a fork and a knife. Start digging
Now.
in.
Back to the ring argument. That's not the only point I was making.
Actually, he's won 11, so he's got 11 rings. He's got an extra one for his middle finger, so he can just look at you and do this and say "fuck Michael."
Did you just say fuck Michael? What are you wearing on your feet right now?
Guess what? The final 2.
What are you wearing on your feet right now? So Bill Russell's?
No,
No, exactly. Fuck off.
the final 2
I'm
were
wearing some
player coach.
Russell number
So-
threes.
So you know what?
You know what they look like? They look like those leather sandals your bitch ass uncle wears at the cookout. It comes with a matching earpiece
I got
and a
Bill
dirty
Russell's one.
gray wife beater.
Okay, Bill Russell.
Cargo shorts.
Bill Russell won 2 titles as a player coach, so he still got 9, which is still 3 more.
Back
then-
to what I was saying.
Oh no! Let's have this ring argument. Go
the
ahead.
ring argument. That's not the only point I was making.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
just took it and went.
Because LeBron's destroyed every stat you can think of, so go ahead.
He may make more points in the playoffs, but it gets him nowhere.
He's been to the finals 8 times in a row.
And how many times has he won?
You're not understanding.
No, but how many times has he won?
He's won 4, I believe.
50 for 50.
Cody, do you understand?
He's half.
Do you understand Michael only made it 6 times?
And he won.
How many playoffs has Michael been in?
And he won.
How many playoffs has
And
Michael
he
been in?
won all the times that he was in there.
How many playoffs has Michael played in?
He won all the times.
Danica Patrick is the best boxer ever.
Cody, you're
Hey, don't bring up boxing. Because I'll shit on you too. Don't start with me, damn it. Don't start with me, damn
Did you
it.
even hear what I said?
Yes. Because Danica Patrick is a fucking NASCAR IndyCar driver, and that sport's stupid. Anyway.
So tell me why that Kobe's better than Michael.
He's not.
Well, why do you think that? Because all evidence points
Kobe
towards
is,
that he
Kobe
is.
is not better than Michael Jordan.
Well, all the evidence points to.
You know who the best player in
Kobe.
the league right now is?
Well, obviously Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know who the best player in the league right now is? If you want to talk about stats, homeboy,
LeVar Ball.
if you say Russell Westbrook, you
Russell
say yourself.
fucking Westbrook. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He played professional football. Did he? Nothing in here about basketball.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew he was a nobody, but anyway.
I thought he played basketball.
In college.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
high school and college.
Russell
So,
Westbrook. If you want to
Kobe's
talk about
better than Michael.
stats, Russell Westbrook.
In high school and college and stuff, he was still primarily football.
Oh, okay.
Like, he didn't really play a whole lot of basketball, apparently.
At the end of the day, I really don't believe half of what I was saying because I don't think players win rings. I think teams win rings.
So if you put
I was
Kobe
I
Bryant,
agree with that.
yeah, just because that's just stupid to say.
so
Shut up.
If you put
Shut up.
Kobe Bryant
Shut up.
in the Iron Man suit
Shut
versus Jordan.
Shut up.
with all the powers of Goku, who would win?
Shut up. Shut up.
Gave
Shut up.
LeBron Mealman
Shut up. Eat dicks.
and Master
Shut-
Chief was on the other side.
I just want to splash this water all over you, but I don't want it to get on the equipment.
How old is your dog?
Anyway, Russell Westbrook is still the best player on the team right now. If you want to talk about stats.
I mean, no.
Yes.
How?
I mean, no.
What did he do?
Because you can score, you can average triple double all day, but your team still ain't even the best team in the league, so it's pointless.
Yeah,
Triple no, hold on, listen to me.
Wait,
Listen to me.
but
Listen,
we're talking
just
about
listen.
player stats.
Just listen.
Player stats.
Just listen. Triple doubles are the most irrelevant stat in the game.
What?
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
because you know what
Go
you
home.
know what triple double
Go
is.
home.
No, listen to me.
Unplug your mic.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You know what triple double is? You can score 10 points,
Mhm.
10 assists,
Mhm.
and 10 rebounds.
But
and
to
you could still
average
lose.
it.
Listen, you can
To average it, it's a season average.
I understand what you're
That
saying.
means when he plays a game in the season, he's probably getting a triple double.
Okay, but let me ask you something. What's the difference between 10 rebounds and 9 rebounds on the impact of a game? What's the difference?
Are you shitting me right now?
No, I'm being dead ass serious.
What did Reggie Miller do? How many points did he score in how amount of time? You had to get the rebounds to do that.
Oh my god. He actually stole the ball to do that, but that's fine.
You had to steal it or get the rebound.
I'm not saying that
Rebound can cost you a game.
I understand that, but I'm saying
How you goes? What you don't?
no, because Russell Westbrook's rebounds aren't like they're just garbage rebounds. They don't mean anything.
Can we call this episode the
Because
episode where
when
Cody? No, never mind.
Because when you get 9 rebounds and lose, and 10 versus 10 rebounds and lose and get a triple double, that triple double doesn't mean shit because you didn't impact the game that you need the way you need to do.
shit, man.
So then why are you worried about a triple double instead of making your teammates
His
better?
team is shit. Well, I mean, he got at least 10 assists, so he's helping them out somehow.
Because he's the only one that they want to have the ball in his hands because he's the ball hog.
No, he obviously not because he gets at least 10 assists a game.
Because people double him because he does nothing but drive to the bucket and shoot. This man shoots 9 for 20 and has a triple double, and everybody fucking forgets it. You know what that's called? Poor efficiency. You know what that means? It takes him a shit ton of shots to score the ball, which means he's a weak scorer or an inefficient scorer.
Fuck you.
According to the internet, Bill Russell is the top.
Well, yes, we.
Followed by Larry Bird.
Oh my god.
Hey!
And then Oscar Robertson. Then LeBron James. Then Magic Johnson.
I'd put Magic over Michael personally.
I got the magic in
No, I haven't even gotten
me.
Michael Jordan yet.
I know.
I mean, you have AIDS.
He's three part. He's
Yeah. Anyway,
I need to turn fruit into a vegetable.
I get what you're saying, but he's still the best.
He's not the
'Cause
best
they-
because he doesn't have a
Because
ring.
if they build,
Right.
fuck, I know, and it upsets me. All right, if they just build a decent fucking team, you know what? If they would have kept Durant and Harden,
There was no way they could have done that. They don't have enough money to do that.
right? But if they would have did that, we wouldn't be seeing Golden State's doing this, LeBron's doing this, because it would have been OKC taking over everybody. Right or wrong? Exactly.
Well, no, because they had that and still got their asses whooped by Miami.
But this was before James Harden was really blossoming.
What are you talking- James Harden was
he didn't start like blossoming till like he got to Houston, and that's
Bro,
when he was like
James
really
Harden
showing
was
up and showing out.
their third scoring leader off the bench, averaging damn near 20
Right.
a game. You know what he shot in those playoffs?
Off the bench though.
You know what he shot in in that series?
Off the bench.
Terrible.
They didn't put the time into him like they
No,
should.
he just didn't show up because he wasn't ready. He
Again,
wasn't good enough.
Right. He wasn't blossoming.
No, I'm saying like he was popping off in that year, but he couldn't handle the pressure.
Because they didn't put the time into him like they should have.
What are you talking about? They played him the whole year. They had that formula. They had the same system the entire year. When Durant and Russ would come off the bench, he'd in there and be that firepower that they needed. They tried that in the playoffs. He choked.
He wasn't ready.
He choked.
I'm saying he wasn't blossoming
but he
yet.
was blossoming at that point.
He wasn't the star player that he is. I'm saying if they would have kept him, put the time into him like they should have, they wouldn't be stopped. But again, they don't got money like that, so I understand. Shit happens. But if they did, there wouldn't be no Golden State.
They're probably. Oh no, because there
I
probably
also
still
just-
would be because.
I also just don't like Steph Curry. Fuck him.
Why?
Because he's a bitch, man.
Why is he a bitch?
Anyone who tries to step up to Andre Jordan or DeAndre Jordan is a bitch.
Why?
How are you gonna act tough to a man who's 2 feet taller than you?
Oh, so if some man just snuffed you, you
He
wouldn't.
didn't snuff him.
I'm just saying theoretically, if some man was talking shit to you who was 2 feet taller than you, Cody Baker, who we know very well, would not be like, yo, you don't know who you're talking to. I'm not
Yeah,
backing down from
But the
you.
thing of it is, Steph Curry wasn't finna do shit.
Neither are you.
Oh, I'm gonna win.
Oh my god.
He may knock my ass out, but
So-
just believe I'm
so,
gonna win.
So let me ask you, do you know Steph Curry personally?
No.
Then how do you know?
Because he's a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't like him. Fuck him.
People forget that these people are human beings. They're men just like us, and they think the same way we
And
do.
he's a bitch ass man.
It's crazy, bro. I'm trying to find this damn.
So what happened last night in boxing?
Oh, Adrian Broner.
It was a draw.
Yeah, I'll make sure on that.
I'm
I'll
a little
check real quick.
I'm a little disappointed in myself for not watching that. But I'm not at the same time because after all the shit that Adrian Broner's been doing, I just didn't care to watch him fight anymore.
Yeah, he's kind of like a.
When he first came out, I didn't like him simply for the fact that he was Mayweather's protege, but he was acting like he had the ego of Mayweather,
Yeah.
which,
Yeah, it was a majority
kudos
draw.
to him, have confidence in yourself. I'm
As
totally
you should.
for that.
As you should.
But it's like you can't have Mayweather confidence if you don't have Mayweather achievements.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I told Dean, I was like, I hate how he talks all this shit, but he's lost.
He was 16 in the Olympics. Like the Olympics, not the
Yeah,
junior
yeah,
Olympics.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And the ref for that fucking fight, I don't know if you ever read this.
Mm-mm.
He stopped being an official after that fight because he couldn't live with himself. Because the judges stole it from Mayweather. He absolutely won that fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The officials stopped reffing it. Like he couldn't live with himself.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he just refused to be a part of this the boxing association because he couldn't believe how they stole that from him.
Wow.
16 and he pretty much he won.
Yeah.
He won. And then he went on to be undefeated. You can't have that ego if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, it's good to have confidence. But when you get laid out,
Bro, like.
I think he lost 2 fights in a row,
Yeah.
and one of them he got laid the fuck out,
Yeah.
and then all that other shit that he did with his personal life. I
Being
just,
a
don't, I just
nigga.
don't want to watch. I just don't want to watch you fight now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't care to watch you fight.
He doesn't bring money to him anymore.
He don't. I mean, he's probably still getting paid,
I mean, yeah, obviously.
but I just don't want to watch you. I don't want to because you've now ruined the spectacle. Like, you know what I'm saying? You go in, you talk shit. Okay, he's talking all that shit. Let's see what happens. Well, we saw what happened twice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he technically lost this last one, too. Because a draw, in my book, in boxing is a fucking loss.
Yeah, both ends
Yeah.
because there shouldn't be.
No.
And in a sport where it's you or me, there's no draw.
No.
That shouldn't.
That's
happen.
absurd.
Yeah, it should just.
Which
yeah.
that probably is part of the judges, too. But, like,
I think that's bullshit. I think there shouldn't be such a thing as a draw
yeah.
because at the end of the day, there's going to be a better fighter.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think that's equal fighters. I think they were being lazy.
Mhm.
Someone had to have been lazy.
Most
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? Or both were unprepared. Something along those lines because there's not an equal fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can argue all day who your favorite boxer is, but none of us would really know unless you put them in the ring, and then shit would happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like Mike Tyson is the best fighter. You used to think Muhammad Ali. I love Muhammad Ali, but Mike Tyson, man, just a goddamn animal. Yeah. Put him in that ring, bro, and it was just
Fastest fight you ever watched.
his whole science behind beating someone is just scary in itself. Do you ever watch any of the documentaries or like read
No.
his whole like? Okay, so when he came to the ring, he never wore a robe. He was leaving the room, the dressing room, ready. He didn't wear his robe, shirt off, ready to go.
Psychological
right then
warfare.
And there. The second he got into the ring, he made eye contact with the other fighter and didn't let. He stared at him the whole time.
Mhm.
From the time that he walked from his dressing room to the ring,
That's
from the time till the ref is starting the fight, he is looking at you. And the second that you looked away, he already knew he beat you.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Like, that is horrifying.
He's also a murderer, so that's scary too.
Who?
Oh, that was OJ. Never mind. Sorry.
I'm like, what the fuck?
My bad.
OJ's a
he
football
did
player.
What did he go to jail for?
Rape.
Yeah. See, same thing.
But
Doesn't matter.
that was false accusations.
Yeah, I know, but it's fine.
Why you gotta
Yo,
bring that up, man?
you know,
Why you gotta tarnish him?
Because he has a fucking face tattoo. Why do I care about him anymore?
You know why he got it?
Because he's crazy.
Because he's a savage.
He's fucking crazy.
He read a story about the Maori and he goes, I like them. They're savages. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my face. And he did. Because he's a fucking savage.
What age?
I think it was his early 20s, mid 20s ish.
So I'm about like 70% sure. That's very low, but like I think this is true. That my grandfather, because Mike Tyson was in prison in Indiana.
Yeah, Plainfield.
Yeah, so I think my grandfather was the warden or the superintendent of that prison while Tyson was there, which is crazy.
That's right.
That's crazy to think about.
You know what he did the second he got out?
Mm-mm.
The second he got out of Plainfield prison, didn't say shit to any of the reporters, nothing. He got in the car, went to a mosque.
Oh, that's nice.
Religion done caught him in jail. That's where it gets most people.
Yeah.
So I literally just typed in Google. Brandon Jarrett was superintendent for Mike Tyson's prison.
Why,
First
like-
thing that shows up is Mike Tyson told ESPN's Rick Riley he got a prison official pregnant.
Mike Tyson. Yeah, Mike Tyson's just. I don't know. It's still an internal debate between him and.
Why would you type that into Google?
Bored. We're bored. I texted Phil.
Just to see what would come up.
I texted Phil. Yeah, I texted Phil 10 minutes earlier. Call this episode "Rip George and Phil" because we haven't said shit the entire time.
I mean, you could have.
You
chimed
could-
in about
We don't
boxing.
know.
You could have
Dick
asked.
about-
You could have probably
I
asked
don't
the
know
question
anything
to
about
learn.
boxing.
Yeah,
See,
the greatest sport of all time.
Your issue was that you just throw in like, "Oh, I'm going to pretend to be funny," and for all this. No one cares about that. No one thinks it's funny. It's annoying. Okay. What you should have did is be like, "Yo, what is like?" You could have asked us a question about the sports we were talking
I
about.
did. Then I just got this in.
No, you
this in-
didn't.
I
You know,
did.
you
with
could have
basketball.
used this to the advantage of the podcast, right?
Why?
Taking your point of view as not knowing what's going on and helping put it layman's
Perspective.
for the people.
Yeah, last time I tried to do that. Never mind.
Anyway,
Never mind. Last time I
so
said
who's your
something
favorite
like that.
boxer?
You told me I was an idiot, so.
I mean, I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of. I don't like follow a bunch of boxers. I just always grown up watching Floyd, so he's like my favorite boxer to watch.
It's funny. I always grew up hating Floyd.
Yeah.
Because my father.
Yeah.
But he didn't like him for a different reason. You know, my dad, boxer.
Yeah.
2-time world champion. Shout out Pops. He just had a different perspective. You know, he grew up. You know, being a respectful boxer. You know, you don't shit on the other person's name because
Yeah.
you're both equals in the ring.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, but that was just. And you know, he didn't like the way he fought.
That
A lot of
defensive
boxers
style.
don't.
Yeah.
Because it's debatable. I mean, at the end of the day, Mayweather knew how to win.
Yeah.
But is it a good fight? No.
But he don't care. He's still getting paid.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's for the sport of boxing, it was great because people loved him. Well, you know.
It was the love hate
Yeah,
that
it was
fueled boxing
exactly,
that entire time.
Which he was great for boxing, and I'm 99% sure my dad would even admit that Mayweather was good for the sport because
It brought attention to said
no
sport.
Mayweather, shit's been dying down.
Yeah.
However,
And doesn't 50-0 is still impressive. I don't care
yeah,
what anybody
That's,
says.
yeah, that's
I mean-
tough. That's
yeah. Again, a lot of people don't like how he did that, but at the end of the day, he still got it.
bro. My thing is, even if you are defensive fighting, the ability to not have one slip up that entire time
Yeah,
is
it's
unreal.
impressive.
It's unreal.
It's still impressive, you know. But from my dad's perspective, you gotta understand.
Yeah.
My dad got his shit pushed in and still came out on top plenty of times. So he likes to look at it like, get in there and fucking fight.
Yeah, it's a fight.
Right.
It's
It's
a
just-
combat sport.
Right.
Combat.
I get it, but he just knew how to win. You know what I'm saying? He said, okay, points, bet.
Factual.
But I'm curious to see. I like to think that Mayweather, he still keeps his hand in the sport, and he has a lot of proteges coming out. That Gervonta, Tank.
Tank Abbott?
Huh?
No, never mind. Wrong guy.
His real name's Gervonta, I believe, and his boxing name is Tank. He is a nice young prospect. He's, Floyd's protege, but he goes for the knockout. So he takes his skills, that he's learning from Mayweather, all the defensive and learning how to get in and out, but taking it to more of an aggressive stance,
Actually fighting.
which could be very exciting.
Damn straight.
And then you also have, Deontay Wilder, who's talking about catching bodies in the ring.
Still the most.
He's a
still
fucking
the most
psychopath.
savage
Yeah,
thing I've ever.
He's a
heard.
psychopath.
That's the point. Let me see.
But that's beautiful. So Catherine over here is working on the new Classically Urban logo, and it's gonna be beautiful. May or may not be up on this podcast. Probably will, right?
We still need to
Undecided.
talk about
Yeah.
all the other things.
Yeah, all the little.
Do we want to
details.
give him green hair? Do
So-
we want to give him a tan?
In music news,
Oh yeah, we still gotta talk about that, don't we?
J. Cole came out with a new album. KOD stood for a couple things.
Wait, hold on. This is how I always know Cody doesn't hate's a strong word, but he doesn't like something when he says it. So that right there.
What do you call? KOD stands for a few things. King of Overdose. Kids on drugs. However you want to take it. Yeah. Fuck, man. I don't know. I
I think you don't like it.
why?
It's because it's like I was saying earlier. It's the exact opposite of every other rapper.
No,
Yes.
not at all. I
Yes, it
love
is.
when people come in and shake shit up. I love that. That's why my favorite basketball player of all time is a motherfucker who just
Dennis
went
Rodman. Yes,
It's
we
Dennis
understand.
Rodman.
We understand.
because he just went there
And Lance Stevenson. Is the
and
same
yeah,
way,
and
bro.
Lance Stevens, he just went in, shook some shit up. Hey, how you doing? You're gonna remember me,
And then he went to Korea.
But you know what the thing is?
and he's still relevant.
You know what the thing is? That shakeup is something that purists don't say is a good thing.
I don't care. You know why?
And this
Because
is
it's good. I don't give a fuck if you're pierced or not.
but I'm saying it's like the rebellious thing.
Yeah.
Which what J. Cole's saying isn't rebellious. It's just the thing that you should do.
No, and that's what I'm trying to say. It is rebellious at this point in time. There's opiate overdose kills
Yeah.
more people from the age of 18 to 35 than car wrecks. It is the leading killer of Americans.
It's just crazy.
That's absolutely insane. So for him to make an album, anti-drug is rebellious in this time period of rap because they rap about drugs. However, he should have done it
In a better way.
in a better way that doesn't sound like he's a dad, which he's a dad. Good job for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Shouts
a
out.
father.
Oh, he's a father?
He's a father.
Oh, good for him.
He's a married man too.
Even better.
I know.
And no one knew about it, which is so savage.
He's
He's one of the most.
It's not savage. It's awesome. You
Well,
know
I'm
why?
saying-
I love when a rapper can just be a rapper and then
Mhm.
go home. J. Cole can be J. Cole and then go home and he's Jermaine.
Well, you know why? Because look at who found him. Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Jay-Z's the exact same way. You don't get in Jay-Z's personal life unless he allows you to.
Right. And I love that.
Well,
Yeah.
Beyonce doesn't give a fuck because fuck you, Jay-Z. That's...
I don't like Beyonce. I'm not going to get into this.
Oh,
right
no,
now.
I don't like
I got
it either.
into it a little bit on Facebook.
Why are you going to do that to our podcast now? You just destroyed this. You literally just killed it. It's dead now.
Hey, Beehive, eat my ass.
Oh my god.
What's good? We in here shaking it up.
Did you see what they did to Carrie Hilson? You know why her career didn't pop off? Because the Beehive. And now look at what you're doing to us.
Carrie Hilson hasn't made a hit in like 10 years. It doesn't matter.
Love Knocks You Down was amazing.
God damn it. The only people that the Beehive shit on are people with dead careers already.
I mean, that's factual.
They
But
just-
let's.
Their grave's already dug. The Beehive just pushes them into it.
Yes, Queen!
We are a blossoming podcast. Try and shit on us. It's called manure, bitch. We gonna blossom.
To be
What's
fair,
good?
the best thing for a podcast is controversy.
This is true. But
Don't fuck with Beyonce. Anyway,
but I
you know
think
why? You know why I don't fuck with Beyonce?
no. Can we?
She's overhyped.
We are running.
Because she's fucking overhyped.
We are
Yeah.
My
literally-
mother raised me
we
on
are literally
Sade,
running low on
Lauryn
time
Hill,
here, okay?
Erica Badu.
We're almost at an hour. We do not have time for your Beyonce rant.
Anyway,
We'll do it next week.
no,
Beyonce-
you don't.
I like Beyonce, but that's fine.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You think you do.
No, I actually do.
No,
enjoy
you
some of her
don't.
music, yes. I'm not gonna. I'm not. Listen, I'm not a Beyonce stan, but I enjoy her voice and I enjoy some of her music. So I like some of Beyonce's music. I
Stan?
like
JoJo?
Beyonce.
She doesn't even choreograph her own dance. How is she a fame? Anyway,
Who the fuck cares?
because people always talk about her performances. She does none of that. She's just there to be like, I stand here. Sounds good.
So she doesn't get
She's
up there
taking credit for other
singing
people's original
and
work.
do someone else's
She
choreographed
does it.
dance.
She does it. But to me, when you're going to be this huge pop star, you can't be ranked number one if you're not doing it all. Chris Brown writes, sometimes produces, choreographs, and then goes on stage and fucking destroys it.
I understand what you're saying,
Stop it.
Okay.
I
but
see where this is going, and I don't like it.
but George is the same way about comedy. That's what you're doing. George hates comics who
I don't hate them,
use
I just
other
don't-
writers,
Believe that they should be given it as much credit
Look,
as they are.
and you shitted on him for saying that.
No, I wasn't shitting on him for that.
He was
there's-
posing a different viewpoint.
Right. Like, on Kendrick's album, there's a lot of different writers. It doesn't necessarily mean they wrote the rap. It just means they were there in the writing room and like, hey, I think Ann sounds better than Ann. Oh, okay, you bet. You now have writing credits.
I mean, do you know that Beyonce doesn't like
Yes.
help with her choreography?
Yes.
Because I don't. I'm legitimately asking.
Yes,
you.
she doesn't do her choreography. Absolutely not.
That's fair.
But anyway,
But I feel like that's something that shouldn't matter because a lot of
no,
People
it,
like-
it doesn't. You're right. You know, that's cool. I don't mind that. But you can't say she's number one if she doesn't do that. Because there's other people who do all of that just as good, if not better.
but then what do you base her number one off of then?
What do you mean?
Like,
Everyone says she's the best, but she's
I know.
not.
but there's a reason that they say she's the best, and it's not just her stands that
Because
are
her
saying that.
because her performances are great. She has great performances,
Hillary and
Then why is
Obama.
that-
but she doesn't do it. Look, I'm not downplaying what she does.
I know you're not. I'm just asking
I'm
you
just
like
saying she's overhyped when there's people out here doing the same thing but more and better. You know what I'm saying?
how you just gonna interrupt our topic here and then just
Mm.
we didn't even.
Okay,
I
George.
have definitive proof that vampires exist.
Anyway, George.
You're done talking. I'm cutting your mic.
No,
off
no,
at
no. This is
point.
interesting as shit.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh my god,
George.
I knew that
No.
bitch looked too young.
Anyway, George.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna make some shit up right now. Follow me.
Hmm.
Bill Burr, right?
Yeah.
Bill Burr and Kevin Hart, right? What if it comes out, right, that Kevin Hart has a stage designer? None of this matters. Just follow me, right?
Okay.
Has a stage designer and a writer, right? And he's perceived as the best comic.
Mm.
Where you have Bill Burr over here, who designs stages just as well and writes all of his own comedy. Who are you going to say is better?
Bill Burr.
Thank you. It doesn't mean Kevin Hart's bad.
No.
It just means that Bill Burr's putting in more work and he's doing it just as well, which makes him better. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce's still, she's still great. I'm not going to take that from her, but she's just not that for me.
She doesn't deserve some of the credit she gets. It's essentially.
She's just not number one to me.
Yeah.
that sounds better than what George just said. Just throwing it out there.
She's just not number one to me.
I don't give a
You know what
fuck.
I'm saying?
I mean, that's fair. That's because like that's gets in the whole thing of an opinion
okay,
and all
so
that shit.
like for instance, the whole Black Panther thing at the Super Bowl thing.
The-
You think that was her idea? It wasn't. But people were like, "Yas, Queen." I'm almost willing to bet her stage designer was a man. Moving on. I'm just gonna leave it with that. You
Listen,
know what I'm
I
saying?
told you, I'm not a Beyonce
He could
stan.
be a queen. He could be gay. Yeah, I get it.
I'm not a Beyonce stan, but I get what you're saying.
Anyway, this J. Cole album. It was. I'm not gonna say it's bad. I liked the subject matter. I like what he's doing. For one, the production was just so subpar for me. I can't get behind it. At the end of the day, it's still music, and it still has to move me, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If the production, the beats aren't moving me, it's kind of harder for me to want to really feel it. However, I can take it from that because, you know, I've been listening to hip hop for so long. Like, I can still listen to the words and finish the album. Consumer standpoint, that's bad. Off grip. If you got bad production and your shit's not moving, you know what I'm saying? That's just bad from consumer standpoint because that's going to be boring. And boring right now in hip hop is not good.
The way I look at it is, you have Kendrick, you have Drake, you have Big Sean.
Whack.
Okay, can you, again, opinion, calm down.
Don't put Big Sean in the category. Take it back.
Take
Take it back.
I mean, there's a
Say
bunch
take
of
it
other
back.
rappers out right now.
Say
Anyway,
take it back.
rappers
Say
right
take it
now
back.
are like, they're producing music that are like quote unquote bangers that like get people excited, get people hyped up,
Right.
and that's kind of the way the culture has gone. Because you
Right.
have Migos, that's their entire album is that. But
Look, just quick little tidbit. They still got bars sometimes.
oh yeah, I'm not saying these people don't have bars. I'm just talking about the production
yeah,
of it.
yeah.
So they produce these hard hitting beats that you can dance to, that you can get hyped to, all these things, and that's kind of the way the culture's going.
And I
J.
get
Cole
that it
is
doesn't
going.
always have to be hype.
Yeah,
I get
know,
that, but it still has to move me.
I understand. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying like the way I look is that J. Cole's going the opposite direction,
Yeah.
which is
And
nothing wrong with
I
that.
appreciate chill beats.
Mhm.
I do. But it still has to be interesting. Outkast, for example.
There's nobody like Outkast though, Cody.
But at the end of the day, they were still able to make like harmonious, and it would be chill, but it would get you moving at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You could still move to slow jams.
But like I don't.
Everyone gets hyped when they hear "Sorry, Miss Jackson." That's not a fast-paced song.
But the other thing is,
Exactly.
but the other thing I take into account is J. Cole's personality as a rapper.
Yeah.
J. Cole's personality as a rapper is not
No.
like get
He's
up and
never
move.
been,
He's never been that guy.
outgoing or, I'm, this and that. I get it. And I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
However, I did expect better production from him at least because he's been producing a lot of his own tracks since the beginning. And a lot of his old songs were fucking hard. This album was almost solely produced by him. And
What
it
was
just,
the title of the song? It's just like, get off my dick. Like, this song was so good.
I
Is
think
it, it's just GOMD?
yeah.
Bro, that beat was so hard, bro.
Right. Okay. And I'll look that up later to see if he produced that, but I'm pretty sure he had a hand in that
Yeah.
at least. Point is, this album was almost solely produced by him. There was a couple co-producers. It was kind of boring.
I
He
didn't
used a
even-
lot of the same instruments. I don't know if you noticed that.
See, I don't get that deep into thought
But
about it as you
Even
do.
if you just listen to it, it's the same kind of sounds almost throughout the whole album, which it's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? I don't know. However, the subject matter's cool.
You don't like it.
I don't know. I do. Because, okay, for instance, Chance the Rapper. Anti all that shit.
Yeah.
He raps about God.
This
I
is true.
am a very strong atheist, but I love Chance the Rapper. And
But
when
Chan-
he talks about God, I get excited.
But Chance the Rapper's got bars though. Like,
And J. Cole does
I mean,
too.
J. Cole has bars. I'm talking about like Chance. Like,
the song Angels was like a summer hit.
yeah.
And it's all about being a good person and being a good Christian.
Praise God.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the
I get
vibe.
excited about that song. And it's about some shit that I don't really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get me excited about God. And you know how atheist I am. You know what I'm saying?
Oh god.
Yeah. That's moving. J. Cole didn't move me on this. It just I feel like even though he made a lot of comparisons about like people that he knows with drug problems and stuff, the album was so unconvincing to me. I feel like he doesn't.
Really?
I feel like he is taking it from his standpoint, like, I don't like drugs, don't do drugs. That's kind of how it felt, you know what I'm saying? That's why it felt dad to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, a
Oh,
dare.
the kids on the TV, they're doing drugs.
Right, and it's like they've never been around people who actually did drugs.
Yeah.
You
So they don't
um,
understand, like, I feel like if he was truly around these people like he says he is in the album, there would be more emotion behind, like maybe more like visceral like verses, like really explaining like what happened to this person. You know what I'm saying? He never does that. It's just kind of like, homeboy overdosed. Okay. What about it? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I feel like if you were truly affected by that, you'd be able to be like, put something more into it, really move me about that. Because right now, people are jaded by overdoses. It's the #1 killer. You got to do something to move people.
This reminds me of like, George, you know that interview I told you to listen to with Jay-Z and David Letterman?
Yeah.
Did you listen to it?
No, sadly I did not.
Anyway,
Yes.
sorry, this is fictional. It's fine. Basically, Letterman asked him a question. He was like, "So rap is very biographical," and Jay-Z was like, "Absolutely not."
It is and it isn't.
And he was like, "Well," he said, "I don't remember. Like he said, it was over 90. He's like, more than 90% of those kids who are rapping about stuff are
Yeah.
lying to you."
Yeah, for sure.
Which,
Have you ever listened to his song "Ignorant Shit"? Jay-Z's, I mean.
no,
It's
I
a
don't.
great song. He pretty much spells that out. It's awesome.
Yeah,
But see, Jay-Z says that, right?
Mhm.
And then J. Cole on the album will try and use his now alter ego, which I'm not a fan of because why?
Childish Gambino did the same thing.
He had that from the grip. That was his whole, like,
I know. I'm just.
that was
messing
his
with
whole
you.
thing.
To be fair, Donald Glover has so many parts to him. He's allowed to.
Bro, Don Glover is like he's like a whole
He's-
other person every
he's-
day.
he's
It's so
an
weird.
amazing artist.
Yeah.
Period.
He's just awesome.
All
He's
around.
a great person.
Atlanta, phenomenal
Bro,
show.
that show's funny.
Awesome.
I watched the first couple episodes. And shit was funny.
It's hysterical.
I saw the scene where they were where he was sitting in the prison in the
But-
jail cell in the jail thing.
Anyway, so the J. Cole
Uh,
thing, right?
yeah.
When he uses his little alter ego to like take the reins as the drug abuser and this and that, it's not convincing. He's not a good liar. Some of the rappers may not be taking all the Xannies and perks but it's convincing. They sure fucking convince you.
Yeah.
J. Cole didn't even convince you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing convincing about him pretending to be the drug user. Didn't convince me at all.
It's as if he read an article about it.
So,
I'm saying?
do you think he was just the wrong artist to take on this subject matter?
Yep. Actually, yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, I love, someone being progressive for the culture. I totally understand that this whole drug-fueled shit that's going on is bad.
Yeah.
I get it. But if you're going to try and combat it, you're going to have to come a lot harder than that. Because the shit that's taking over the radio with all the drugs, it's too hard-hitting. It's too much fun. If you're going to try and fight that shit, you're going to have to come with
It
something.
has to be. It has to be. You're saying it has to be essentially the equivalent of swimming pools.
Yes. Swimming Pool is a great song.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it gets the message across clear.
Well, no, it didn't, but
didn't.
at all.
It did
But
later.
yes,
It did later.
it did later. But when it
They
first
stopped
came out,
playing it
no,
at the
didn't.
clubs.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because at first it sounded like a drinking song. And then when it played so often, it eventually got into people's heads like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
He's making fun of us. You know what I'm saying? That is a perfect example.
Do you think Kendrick should be the one to do it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Mm.
yeah.
Look, I listen to Damn. I listen to all of Damn and Pippa Butterfly. This might just be me. They were middling. There were some great songs on there. All in all, not very memorable albums. I can outright say I
T-Tab, I have to deny that. Damn, sure. Yeah, I'll give you Damn because
Granted, it's been a long ass time since I listened to Pimp a Butterfly.
to
So
Pimp a Butterfly, the reason it's forgettable is because we live in an era, as Joe Budden I think refers to it in Charlemagne, the microwave era.
Yeah.
T-Pab is an experience. The whole album is what really brings it all together. Damn felt like a bunch of singles,
yes,
which is
Yes.
why it can be forgotten because microwave music. Damn, that song was hot. Now it's gone.
also
Yeah.
I didn't like a lot of the songs on there.
I,
That's just
I
me.
mean, I'm not
That's
even
just
mad
me.
at you about that because it still had that groggy feeling
Yeah.
that J. Cole's album had. Like, it just, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, he never got high.
I have.
I was gonna say high hangover. The next day, when you're still kind of high, and
You're
you're
just
just
kind
like,
of looking at everything.
you're just
Oh
like,
my God.
so when
you
you're
got, you're like, I got it. Never mind. Just,
okay, you had a really long night at a homie's house. You got like 2 hours of sleep. You went to your house the next day. You know that feeling you get just before you get in bed, like you take a shower and you just like this thing that's like looming over you, and you're just kind of like,
Yeah.
That's what KOD felt like to me.
Okay.
Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
It's just this thing that's kind of like, it felt like J. Cole was just like taking his message, like kind of like held his sign upside down about anti-drugs and just kind of like dragged it with him. He wasn't really like chanting it.
Speaking of one thing, going back to Kendrick's, this
See,
song
Kendrick is a
pissed me
perfect
off.
comparison because he was able to take very strong subject matter and still A, have phenomenal beats, and B, move you.
Yeah. One quick thing: the song "God" is what God feels like. That song, you heard that one? I hated that fucking song.
Why?
You're talking about how you feel like God, but it's this slow kind of. Oh my God.
I understand.
Yeah, no,
Pick
God
up the
is
tempo a little
wrathful.
bit.
Get some trumpets in there. Scream your lyrics, motherfucker. God damn it.
It makes sense. Yeah. At the end of the day,
God is not relaxed. He's angry and wrathful.
if J. Cole wanted to make spoken words, he should have made a spoken word album.
But I feel like that one.
But
that
that's
would
what
be
it felt
worse.
like. That's to me, it's what it felt like. It felt like he was just kind of like, don't do drugs.
But do you
Don't
think?
drugs.
Do you think if he had those hard beats that no one would listen to the things he was trying to say and they would just focus on the hard beats,
would
like
say
people
yes.
tend to do?
I would say yes, but
No.
he's J. Cole, so no.
I guess that's true. He is.
If Lil Pump tried to do it,
Yeah,
everyone would be
absolutely.
like, whatever. But it's J. Cole. He's already established as
He's like the Tupac
conscious.
of our.
Also, if
he's
one,
Nas.
That's better. Yeah, Nas.
Nas did not have good production
Yeah.
at all.
Also, if I feel as
And
though
that is a joke among the hip hop community. We love Nas,
Nas is great.
one of the greatest rappers of all time,
Illmatic
probably
is
the
still-
greatest lyricist.
Illmatic is still
But
one
his
of the
beat
best
choice
albums.
was garbage.
I feel as though if the the beat overpowers the words, you just have shitty words.
Facts. True.
No,
True
I don't
facts.
think that could be the case because it's like we're the microwave era, so we don't care about what you have to say.
We may be the microwave.
That's more of a cultural thing.
we may be the
That's
microwave
the culture
era.
of hip hop, though. That's why
No.
mumble rap is a thing.
We
I
may
can
be
see
the
that.
microwave era, but every time this KOD album could very well go gold tomorrow. I wouldn't.
It probably will just because he's J. Cole.
Right.
But
We may be the microwave era, but there's still a focus on real rap. I think people always forget that. Like, I think it's good that we don't have a bunch of lyricists because that would be boring as fuck.
I love lyricists so much.
We all, us as hip hop enthusiasts, do. I love them too.
Oh, God.
Wu-Tang Clan is probably like they're in my heart forever. But
Fire.
they also had really good beats. They had really good beats. But the thing of it is, it's like if everyone was lyrical, it gets boring after a while, and what everyone is saying becomes watered down, and it just doesn't start to feel like it means anything because
It becomes less special.
you're now all fighting for the same thing, and it just
But I don't remember, like, 2014 is honestly the best
Forest-
album we've
Forest Hills
had.
Drive. That to me was J. Cole's perfect album. If he would have ran with that, like
That mindset.
that setup of an album, and he just kept doing that, I feel like his last 2 albums would have been better.
It's fair.
It
But-
just didn't hit it for me.
The thing is, it's like, I don't remember J. Cole ever being someone who had those, like,
What?
because it's like there was
What?
Fire Squad, which was a banging beat.
Yeah.
There was GOMD, which is the music video for that was
Bro,
fire.
first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. You just say that, and it's already in your head. You're like, oh shit, here we go. That whole album, bro, slaps. I can't play.
But I'm saying, like, I don't, when I listen to that song, I don't think of them as bangers. I think of it just J. Cole just destroying
nah,
you
bro,
with lyricism.
they're bangers. They're bangers. Because when he played Forest Hill Drive in its entirety, live,
I was there, I know.
and everyone knew all the words,
I was
that's how you
there,
knew
I
that
know.
shit's banging, bro. That shit slaps. You know what I'm
does,
saying?
It does. That's still my favorite. That's easily my favorite album from the past 10 years.
It was
Easy.
a great album. I loved it. It was
And,
perfect across the board.
and wasn't it the first album would have no features and go platinum in, like,
Yep.
20 years?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I love J. Cole.
Hey.
I'm a J. Cole stan. I'll admit that all day.
Look.
every day.
I'll fight for J. Cole too. But okay, so here's the thing though. I don't know if you know this, but Lil Pump and his buddy, who's also a rapper, Smoke Perp.
Damn it! What the? Why do these people exist? These are the people that you say you want to like slim down the population. We need to get rid of them first.
Hey.
I cannot stand people who have retarded fucking names. It bothers the fuck
Names
out
that
of me.
they choose, mind you.
Exactly. You want to be called, what was it?
Smoke Perp.
Get the fuck out of here. You need to be killed off
I wish you had
immediately.
video right now.
You need to
because
have all
the people
your balls just
needed-
cut off, and you can never reproduce ever
the pe-
again.
The people needed to see his reaction when I said Smoke Perp because that was
We
he's
need
still upset.
audio up in this bitch. Not audio. God damn it.
He's
George.
still upset. Okay. Anyway,
To be fair, you can be mad about Smoke Perp. That's a yeah.
Like Little Pump is okay because it could also be like he's just it's whatever.
He's
it's
short.
It's
Yeah.
a
Short
word.
rap. Okay, short rappers who are called Lil, I accept it
Get
because
that too, but it's also like pump. That's an actual word in the English language, right? Smoke da perp.
no, it's just Smoke Perp.
That's even worse. Like, why can you not make it a full
It's
fucking
all, it's
sentence
It's
if you're
all
gonna
one
have?
word too. It's not two words.
It's one fucking word.
Smoke Perp. Sometimes he goes by Lil Perp.
This is why
And
I
he's not
hate.
short.
This is why I hate mumble rap. Like, I love the Migos. don't
Sounds
get me
hard,
wrong.
bro. Sounds hard. Smoke
like,
Perp, bro.
They've destroyed.
He smokes perp, bro.
They destroyed the rap that I love so
he
much.
smokes perp.
And it makes me so freaking
He
angry
smokes perp.
because
So
now
he
we have
smoked
people
Perp. It makes sense.
like
You're
Little Pump and Little Xan and Little
Okay, no.
Smoke Perp, whatever the fuck it is.
Sometimes Lil Perp.
They're destroying this culture, and it's pissing me the
You
fuck
know where
off.
Jay-Z got his name from?
JC is.
It's from the
on a
guy who
whole
taught him
nother
how to
level.
rap,
It's-
Jazzy.
It's
Anyway, so early in their careers, they
what careers are 12?
fuck. You can say that all you want, but they're putting up fat numbers.
Okay, good for them. They're
There's a
13
bunch of white 12-year-olds who think they listen to rap when they don't.
Brandon, please, 13.
It doesn't matter.
Makes
Anyway,
me angry,
Anyway.
Cody.
early on in their career,
My old
you're gonna
head-
hate
my-
this.
my
You're gonna
old
hate
head
them
is
even
coming
more
out
after I tell
so
you this.
much right
you're,
now.
You're gonna be mad. So just mentally prepare now.
We're at 80 minutes, so I guarantee if I get mad, I will cut this bitch off.
Early in their career, one thing that they got trending, they started this a trend on Twitter. Hashtag fuck J. Cole. And they got their fans to chant it at their concerts. This is how you know J. Cole loses on this album. It happened again. But
This
it's-
is why
but
I
they don't
hate-
actually dislike J. Cole.
This is why I fucking
But they
hate
don't
white
actually
people.
dislike him. That's the thing. They're just trolling him. and-
Why?
Because the album isn't
Why-
convincing.
Why does that?
Because
No,
nobody
no,
wants
no,
a rapper
no.
to be their dad. It's annoying.
No.
It's annoying. That's why everyone denounced Russ. Because he wore a shirt to an award show that was very offensive.
What was the shirt?
It said something to the tune of, how many Xans are you going to take before you realize you're a fucking idiot?
That's a great shirt. I want to
No,
buy that shirt.
It's just rude.
No.
It
Fuck
is.
them.
It's
no.
rude because
How is that any different than fat shaming?
How is that any different than 6'9" on your forehead?
That too.
That's just a sex
Hey.
position.
check this out. You can shit on 6ix9ine all day, but guess what?
I mean, I respect him because he's
Every
easy
song that he has dropped has hit number one.
enough. This is true. That's why I respect him.
Every fucking song. Even the most recent song, it's called Gotti. It's not aggressive. He's auto-tuned singing. And it still hit number one.
Jay-Z killed autotune. How is this possible?
No, he didn't. Fuck him.
Bro, listen.
They're trolling him because he's trying to father them. He's trying to son all the people.
Because they're fucking stupid.
It doesn't matter.
Sheep need a shepherd.
You can, like I was saying, there's a better way of going. You notice how they didn't say fuck Kendrick? Because his dialogue and the way he went about it sounded better. Nobody got mad at Kendrick for telling you that being an alcoholic is bad.
Because they were 5 when that song came out.
What? No, because he did it better. He did it.
Look-
he did it in a way that didn't make you feel like fuck you.
It
Dad."
kind of
That's
showed
fine. No,
Kendrick's
that's-
relationship with the alcohol itself.
No, but that's fine. But that also proves that they don't deserve the influence that they have. At all. Like, at all.
Or
Yes.
that other rappers could be wielding their influence in the wrong way.
No. It just shows that they don't deserve the influence they have.
J. Cole lost, bro.
That's fine. I'm not saying J. Cole didn't lose. That's fine. It's not the J. Cole thing that I'm pissed about. I'm pissed about the fact that they're
That
taking
bad for the culture.
Yes.
Yes.
and that they're ruining
I understand.
other kids' lives by saying, "Hey, J. Cole's trying to tell you something. Don't fucking listen to him because he's trying to father me. No, he's trying to tell you you're a fucking
They're
idiot.
trolling the shit out of him.
Remember
It's
when
kind
all
of
the
hilarious.
people got mad at Jay-Z for what he said in what's it called, Story of OJ? Just the holding up the money to your ear thing. Remember that? How mad all the other rappers got?
No, I don't
Like
remember.
Boosie, I remember this. Zay posted a bunch of
Yeah, well,
that shit on-
Boosie's anyway. I'm
Nah,
not gonna-
we hold that shit up to our ear. You saying shit like that, like it was just for that. It's like we don't hold that money to our ear.
When you
That's all
try,
I said.
I mean, but yeah, that's I get what you're
We
saying.
don't call that money.
Listen,
over
we
here.
have to cut this off because I gotta go get Abby. But fuck Lil Pump, fuck Smoke Perp, whatever the hell his name is, fuck Little Xan, and fuck any other white California suburban kid.
Neither of them are white.
I know. I'm just saying. Just let me.
You know, Lil Pump's not white.
I know that. I'm just let me get it out. Okay. Okay. Fuck any white suburban kid from Cal, wherever the fuck you're from. If you think you listen to rap and only listen to those three people, you need to fucking kill yourself. End of story. Now we can finish. Thank you for listening to the Classical Urban Podcast.
Stay tuned for our new logo. I'm George Joplin. We out.
I am your mother's favorite side hoe.
I'm OG Philly J.
Take Xans, everybody.
Smoke weed every day.